Okay, next we're going to add a little bit of complexity here. So write a SQL statement that will show all employees that make 75,000 or more. Display, now we're finally getting specific and explaining exactly which things to display. So just show the last name and always show it in the order it's listed. So last name, first name, hire date, salary, order it by salary. So we're going to learn how to do criteria with numbers as opposed to text. We're going to learn how to use the greater than or equals to operator, and we're going to learn how to sort by certain fields. All right, so I'm going to copy this to help me remember back over here, and I'm going to paste it down below, and I'll delete it when I'm done just so I can help me remember what I'm doing here. Okay, so we want employees that make 75,000 or more. All right, well, let's start with that one. Where do we find out how much they make? So we look through employee. Here we go, salary. Now this is different from in the position table that has min salary, max salary. This is just the salary, the possible salary range for a certain position type. What we want here is the actual salary. So we're going to say, whoops, salary. And when we're working with numeric fields like salary, we no longer have to use single quotes. We can say where salary is greater than 75,000, just like that. But it says that make 75,000 or more. So we also want those that make 75,000. So we do that by writing greater than or equals to. So when we use this type of operator, the equals always comes after the greater than or less than. So you can do less than or equals to or greater than or equals to with this format right here. No quotes around the 75,000. Let's start with just that and make sure that it's working. So to do that, I'm going to change performance here to salary to see if that part's working so far. All right, cool. I've got their first name, last name, and only those that make, here's one that makes exactly 75,000. So notice that if I take out that equal sign, I no longer get Frank Vernon. He's gone, so that's important. Okay, so that's working. And I would encourage you when you write your SQL, except maybe on your midterm exam, you can choose when time is a factor and you're trying to hurry. Typically, I would write my SQL with one criteria at a time and build it out and continually test it each time to make sure that helps me find my bugs. And maybe on your exam, you're still going to want to do it that way if you're a little unsure. Once you get more mature with your SQL, you can start to add multiple criteria at a time. But in the beginning stages, again, I'd highly encourage you to just write one criteria at a time so that it's easy to find out where things aren't working. Anyway, it says display last name, then first name. So let's rearrange our sort order here. Last name, first name. Then it wants hire date. Okay, hire date is right here. Looks just like that. Hire date. And then it does want salary. Great. Okay, so you're taking care of that part. And then it says order by salary in descending order. Okay, perfect. To do that, we use the order by clause. And then we put the name of the field, and it says in descending order. Now, by default, it's going to sort in ascending order. Let me show you what I mean here. So let's run that query. So here they are, ascending, lowest to greatest. I can change that, though, by writing DESC for descending. There we go, greatest to lowest. Now, if I want ascending, it's just ASC. However, that's what it does by default. So if you want ascending, it's perfectly fine just to leave it out. And I think most people usually do. However, we want it in descending. So that should cover it. Let's double check one last time. So all employees that make 75,000 or more, got it. Those fields, order by, perfect. All right, let's move on to the next one.